What a game! We witnessed the end of an 88-day goalless drought, a dangerous hit on one of the league's top scorers, a referee caught with a hot mic in front of 20,000 people, the worst hockey fight you'll ever see, one of the best players in the world diving for attention, an inopportune delay of game penalty, and we even saw a player score a goal with his face. Whew! Let's talk about it. Welcome to Game 67 against the Colorado Avalanche, the home of Nathan MacKinnon, who many consider to be the second best player in the world next to Connor McDavid, but not Canucks defender Nikita Zadorov, who had this to say about MacKinnon.
You talked to McDavid, Matthews, but you've played with him in your mind. Is MacKinnon not the best player in the league?
If I would have built a team, I would have built around him over those two guys because he is a winner. He won the Stanley Cup for sure.
This was a matchup between two of the best teams in the Western Conference. We were in for a treat. JT Miller scored 24 seconds into the game. 1-0. With all the chaos surrounding the Canucks for the past few seasons, I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't noticed Miller cementing himself as one of the greatest Canucks of all time. This dude is incredible. By the way, that goal came on just his first shift of the game. Want to see what he did on his second shift? Yes! He hopped off the bench, called for a pass, skated the puck up the full length of the ice, behind the Avalanche net, then delivered a perfect pass to none other than Ilya Mickey Mikheyev, who redirected the puck past Alexander Georgiev for his 11th goal of the season. Just look at this pass from Miller. It's perfect. I'm so excited to watch him in the playoffs. It's clear that he's built to play in big games. Also, that was Mikheyev's first goal in 88 days, and you can almost see the monkey jumping off his back during his celebration. He's been playing great lately, so it's good to see him finally get rewarded for it. And just like that, it was 2-0 less than 3 minutes into the game. With the Canucks star goalie Thatcher Demko out with a knee injury, this was Casey DeSmith's first game as a temporary starting goalie, and he played well just like he has all year backing up Demko. And apparently the guys love Casey. Here's what Canucks coach Rick Tocchet said before the game.
When you like the goalie, you tend to block more shots for a guy. I've had some goalies where you're not a big fan of the guy. I'm not saying I kind of veered out of the way, but those guys really love Casey, so I think you'll see a lot of guys willing to block shots.
And he was right. The guys were blocking some scary shots for Casey. Then, Miller was skating around the ice like a train, looking like he was about to cause some trouble for Colorado again, and that's when Avs defender Josh Manson did this.
Oh, that's a hit by Manson in the numbers. That's a bad hit.
Was it an elbow? Was it boarding? Was it an illegal check to the head? No matter how you spin it, no matter what team you cheer for, this should have been a 5-minute major penalty and Manson should have been removed from the game. Instead, Manson sat in the box for just 2 minutes while Miller skated to the dressing room to be checked for a concussion. Here's my take. If you've watched more than a couple of my videos, you'll know that I'm not one to blame the refs. They're managing the fastest team sport in the world. Missed calls and bad calls literally happen every game. My complaint is not with the refs on the ice, but rather with the entire system behind them. Why they don't have a ref sitting in a booth off ice watching the game on a screen who could quickly confirm or deny certain calls instantly without any sort of video review is beyond me. For those of you who were watching the game live, how quickly could you tell that this should have been a 5-minute major? You see what I mean? You didn't need 10 minutes to review it. But whatever, the Canucks are one of 32 teams in this league who have to deal with this kind of thing, so there's no point getting mad. There's no one out to get Vancouver. It's frustrating, but until they change the penalty calling mechanisms behind the referees, this kind of thing will continue to happen, and we just have to move on. The Canucks' Millerless power play didn't score. 2-0 after 1. Luckily, Miller came back for the second period, so don't worry. Nikita Zadorov continued to crush people with open ice hits. In fact, he was all over the ice throwing his weight around against his former team. Now, before anyone tries to argue that he's a one-dimensional player, not only did he get an assist on the first goal, he also scored one himself to put the Canucks up 3-0. He also stood up for his teammate JT Miller by dropping the gloves with Manson. Who cares if it was one of the most uneventful fights in human history? It's the thought that counts. And on top of all of that, he made a great defensive play that likely saved a goal. Big Zed does it all, and the Canucks are lucky to have him on their side heading into the playoffs. Then, a picture-perfect forecheck from Vancouver's fourth line led to a power play for the Canucks, but before they could really get anything started, Hughes was called for interference, and he was not happy about it. He started giving it to the referee, but in the middle of that argument, the ref accidentally turned on his mic, and we were gifted this beauty of a clip.
Go to the box, please. Go to the box, please. Now.
No joke, that gave me flashbacks of my mom sending me to my room when I was a kid. Truly hilarious. But the score remained 3-0, and as the second period wound down to its final minute, it was time to acknowledge just how impressive of a performance this was for the Canucks. Not many teams can hold a lineup that has players like McKinnon, Makar, and Rantanen in it to just 14 shots and no goals. But that's when the Canucks started to ease up a little bit. Up 3 goals with less than 10 seconds left in the second period, what could go wrong?
Throws it in front, tipped in, Rantanen.
Uh-oh. In the third period, DeSmith did all he could to prevent another puck from getting past him, but when the Avs were awarded a two-man advantage thanks to an Oscar-worthy performance from Nathan MacKinnon, there wasn't much more he could do. MacKinnon blasted his 42nd goal of the season past DeSmith to cut the lead to just 1 goal for the Canucks. Uh-oh. Then DeSmith made 2 incredible saves.
After video review, we have a good goal on the ice.
1 incredible save. The puck actually crossed the line on the second one, so it's a tie game now? But here's the thing. Everyone's talking about the missed call on Manson or the embellishment from MacKinnon, blah blah blah, but this next moment right here is where the Canucks lost the game. Actually, that's not even the right way to say it. This is where the Avs won the game. With 10 minutes left in the third period, the Avs were called for interference, giving the Canucks their third power play opportunity of the game. They had lost all momentum at this point and they needed a goal here. That's when this happened. What a save. A game-saving save. Perfect positioning, just beautiful. That was their chance, and our boy Big Hog couldn't bury it. It's all good though, but that was the game-winning moment for the Avs. And with 8 seconds left before overtime, the calm, cool, and collected Carson Soucy panicked under pressure and cleared the puck over the glass, giving the Avs a 4-on-3 power play in overtime. Now, everybody and their grandma knew the game was over at that point. A power play in 3-on-3 overtime is lethal. It's fairly rare that a team doesn't score when that happens, but especially a team that has MacKinnon, Makar, and Rantanen on it. And yet, even still, they found a way to surprise us. Don't get me wrong, the Avs scored and it only took them 30 seconds to do it, but how did they score? Not with a stick, not with a skate, not with a pad, not an own goal. It was Nichushkin scoring the game-winning goal with his face. Cool. So yeah, the Canucks blew a 3-0 lead to a more than worthy opponent. The Avs are an incredible team, but so are the Canucks, and this game doesn't change that. Here's what Miller said after the game.
Sat back on a 3-goal lead. It happens all the time. Not just here, it happens all over the league where you get 3 goals and you sit back and hope it works out, and tonight it didn't work out.
The Canucks are still first in the Pacific Division, first in the Western Conference, and second in the entire league. It's all good, guys. Remember, the Vancouver Canucks are good. Shout out to the only person who guessed the score of this one correctly, but you only get 1 point for predicting a loss. The next game is Saturday against the Washington Capitals. Comment your score predictions below because I'll be shouting out everyone who gets it right in the next video. I predict it's going to be a big 5-2 win for the Canucks. Thank you for watching. Thanks to the nuckheads who support the channel by clicking join. Truly, thank you. It's because of you I'm able to do this full time, so really, thank you. I'm having a blast. Anyway, bye.